Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Agent Power Huddle. I am Amy Izzo. I am a realtor team leader in the Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland areas. And hey, welcome. Happy New Year. It is 2024. Last time I saw you, it was not. It was 2023. So welcome back. I hope everybody is getting off to a great start to their new year. And that's what I want to focus on today is it's January. It is Happy New Year time, and it's time for us to get our activity going in real estate. Anybody go to sleep over the holidays or take time off? Or some of us work? I hope that some of us worked over the holidays. I also hope you had a great holiday and some of you didn't work over the holidays or had a balance there. I would say I had a balance. I like to make sure I have some working days over that, 2-week break really that some people take between Christmas and New Year's. I like to have some working days in there because not everybody is working. So it's good to be available to clients and also to new leads during that time frame. So if you unplugged, good on you. I'm glad that you completely unplugged and now you're back. And so I would say, now it's time to get our activity up as much as we can. So I want to talk today about what are the daily activities that we should be doing every single day in our real estate business. And I'm going to talk about lead gen. So our lead generation. So hopefully you have taken the time over the holidays to reach out to all of your SOI. If you haven't, or you haven't reached everyone, this is a great couple of weeks to call and wish people Happy New Year. Happy New Year is not just a January 1 thing. We can do that all this week and next week too, right? You can continue really much through January, reaching out and checking in on your folks here in January from your past clients, or even just who you have in your sphere of influence that know, like, and trust you. Maybe they're not a past client, they haven't done business with you yet, but they're friends, family, old colleagues, other coworkers from past careers. If you work a full-time job now, maybe your coworkers now, cousins, people you do business with, making sure that you're just connecting with them. Great time of year because you have a reason to call. The reason is hey, it's a new year. I wanted to wish you well and see how things are going. Have some good conversations. Real estate will come up. How do I know? Because what happens when you call somebody you haven't talked to in a long time? You talk about, how are you? How's the family? How are the kids? How's work? What's your work? Your work is real estate. So real estate will come up naturally in those conversations. So number one, making sure over these next couple of weeks, part of your daily activity requires you or allows you to call out to your SOI. Then if we're not already working in our database every single day, I'm hoping we all have, I'm going to speak from a perspective of those of us that have a database. I'm hoping we all have a database, past clients, maybe some leads that are coming in, however you're generating those, online leads that may be coming in, for example, social media leads that may be coming in, for example. If you are doing online or social media lead generation, over the last couple of weeks, you should have noticed leads coming in and people active on your websites. I'm still noticing it, and that will continue to increase. But we had a lot of it over the last few weeks because what? People were unplugged from their job and plugging into the holidays and on their phones more. And so just having more time to search. This is a good time to be calling out to anybody that is having website activity on your website and is returning. I get messages every day that tell me this person has returned to the site after 23 days. This person has returned to the site after 131 days. This is a really good time to start calling through and checking in to see how is their website experience going. Pick a house that they have looked at. If you can see that through your CRM, and call and ask them if that's a home they'd like to schedule a showing for. I talked to somebody last night that I noticed he's been shopping for homes in a specific community. call them to find out if that's the only, if number one, is he finding what he's looking for in the community? If not, what is he looking for? And number two, is that the only community he's interested in? Which led to a whole nother conversation around time frame to purchase, what he's actually looking for. He's not working with an agent, so he'll continue to be a nurturer till he's ready to engage a little bit more. So getting into your CRM, getting into your database, calling anybody first with activity, and starting to segment or put those leads into stages. If you've got a database full of leads that aren't in stages, I have been there. Sometimes I still end up there because I get busy and I fall behind. Get back in the habit now, especially if it's quiet, while you're calling through leads, is putting them in stages. So my daily activity every day as an agent is I wake up and I log into my CRM. That is really one of the first things that I do. So I can see what came in overnight, what messages came in, were there any responses to my drip campaigns that are in place? What new leads came in? Was there anybody searching on my website and just clicking on new homes overnight? And I call them, email them, and text them, right? Assuming they don't answer the phone on that call, they get an email and a text from me, even if they've gotten those before. So one of the ones this morning that returned after 131 days got an email, a call, and a text message from me and has been getting drip campaigns, but we have not engaged in all this time in any conversation outside of they get my text message, they read it. They get my email, they read it. The CRM tells me all of that. And they haven't gone away. They keep returning. So I call, email, and text today to reach out, try to create some engagement there. So really getting into your CRM and making sure people are coded appropriately. Some of the stages that we have in our CRM is, we have an active client stage for anyone that's actively under contract so that we can make sure we're engaging with them every week as well. And they're set to hit our task list in our CRM every 7 days. So every 7 days, I'll get a task automatically for any active clients that are under contract to remind me to make sure I've talked to them that week. So I've called them about something, some kind of follow-up that week. And sometimes that's a text message, depending on who the client is. Then we have our hot leads. Our hot leads are anybody that's come in and is planning. They've either come in the last 0 to 30 days and or they've told us when they've come in that they're planning to buy in the next 0 to 30 days. We want to talk to them every 3 days. So I'll get a task list for those stages in my CRM for anyone that's going to buy in the next 30 days or has come in my database in the next 30 days to try to reach them every 3 days. So the first time they come into the database, that day I want to try to reach them, call, text, and email several times to try to reach them. If I don't reach them, they're going to go on the appropriate drip campaign, depending on if they're seller, buyer, however they enter. And then we're going to continue to follow up with those hot leads every 3 days until we make contact. Our warm leads have been in the database 31 to 60 days. Maybe we haven't made contact or haven't had a real conversation yet, but they're still engaging. Engaging means they're searching on the website, they're opening the emails, they're reading the text messages. But I maybe haven't talked to them directly yet, or I have talked to them and they told me they're going to buy in the next 31 to 60 days. They're going to hear from me every 7 days, once a week. Once a week, all those folks are going to hear from me. And I'm trying to make sure I'm always working with about 50 people at a time. Does that mean I'm shopping 50 people or listing appointments for 50 people? No, but it means I'm engaging in this follow-up that I'm describing with at least 50 leads or 50 people. I like to think of my leads as people because they are, even if I haven't talked to them yet. They are people. It's someone that engaged in the website, is engaging regularly, opening the emails, opening the text messages, searching on the website, and maybe has or hasn't responded to me yet. We try to talk to them about every 7 days. Then we have our nurtures. Our nurtures are everybody in our database that is out 61 to 90 days. So they're not planning to purchase for 61 to 90 days or I haven't talked to them yet, but they've been engaging and they've been in the database for 61 to 90 days. I'm making sure that I'm reaching out to them every 14 days. Every 14 days, anybody that's been in the database 61 to 90 days or is purchasing in 61 to 90 days is going to hear from me every 14 days. And I'm going to get a task automatically through my CRM to make sure that I reach out to them. So those are my nurtures. My watches, people that I'm talking to every 30 days. They've been in the database 3 to 12 months. So less than 12 months, but more than 3 to 12 months they've been in the database. Or they said, I'm going to buy in the next 3 to 12 months. Talked to somebody yesterday that says they're going to buy in November. So and there's a lot of reasons why they're going to do that. They're on my watch list. I want to watch them. And so I want to look at them every 30 days. And I want to make sure that I'm engaging with them every 30 days. So those coded to that stage are going to hit my task list to look at least once a month. I say at least because I sometimes will adjust individual people based on their activity. But if they're just in my nurture category, 3 to 12 months of the database, or told me they're buying in 3 to 12 months, they're going to hear from me every 30 days. My cold leads are those people in the database that haven't unsubscribed. They haven't gone away. They might have some activity, but they've been in the database more than 12 months, 12 plus months. I want to make sure that we're reaching out to them in some way outside of any drip campaigns that they may be on every 90 days. So every 90 days, I'm reaching out to anybody that's cold. I'm doing actually the same thing with past clients, although they're coded as past clients. I'm reaching out to past clients every 90 days. So if you don't have a structure like this, maybe you do and you call it A, B, and C, or you call it some other thing, whatever it is that you're calling it, I want you to make sure all of your leads in your CRM are organized into the appropriate stages, and tied to each stage, you have when your follow-up is going to occur. That's baked into your CRM. So then when I go into my CRM every day, I know, what do I need to do? I need to log into my CRM, and first thing I need to do is I need to look at my active clients. What follow-up do I need to do with that? Did I do it yet this week? If not, I'm going to do it. Do my follow-up with my active clients. Then I need to go to my hot leads, work down my hot lead list, right? If they're in stages and they've got these time frames I described tied to the stages, they're just going to hit these little stages, and I'll know I have a list. I have a list of past clients to work today. I have a list of active clients to work today. I have a list of hot leads to work today. I have a list of warm leads to work today. And when I worked everything, right, every stage, I'm zeroed out. So I'm done with that CRM activity. Now I can look at my other prospecting activities, right? Now I can maybe go into my cold leads and take a look at that pond. And are there things there is there anybody there that I want to follow up with for whatever reason? Or do I want to make random calls and see what I can resurrect from people that have been in the database 12 months, 24 months, 36 months? Trust me, I've called people that have been in the database a long time in the past and been able to resurrect some business or catch them at the right time. It's a little bit random when they're an older cold lead like that sitting in your database, but they're there. So they got there somehow. They registered on a website you're paying for. You picked them up at an open house and put them in. Somehow they got in there and they just haven't engaged or they haven't done any business with you. So they're definitely worth calling. So I can work on that. And I can start to work on my other prospecting activities. Once the database is cleaned, right? I've gone in, I've called everybody on those lists I talked about. Then I can start my other activities, like my social media posts, right? Are we posting on social media valuable information about real estate every day? Videos, posts, right? Text posts, picture posts, whether that's your Facebook or your Instagram or both, or maybe your TikTok, right? The platform doesn't much matter to me as long as you're choosing a platform and you're going deep on that platform. So how often are you posting? Are you offering information of value? What are some things that you could be posting on your social media? One really cool thing, you can all do this and it's free. I'm going to show you how actually now. If you're like, I don't know what to post on social media, Amy, I have no idea what to do. Who's using Chat GPT? Anybody? I know I can't see all of you, so I'm just going to assume some of us are and some of us are not. Great. So Lori's using ChatGPT. So when you've gone through your CRM, you've done your database, you worked all your people, now I need to find other ways to prospect, right? You can use ChatGPT to help you with your social media posts. So you can say, act as a social media manager. You tell it what to do, right? For a realtor, and create 7 days of Instagram posts, right? For to attract sellers. You could say, tell us whatever you want to tell it, right? Except you should spell correctly. I don't. So to attract sellers, right? Let's see what it does. Let's give it a minute. Can you guys see my screen? I think I can only see you, Lori. Everybody else got their cameras off. Here it goes. It writes it for you. Now, you maybe want to have your voice on this. I'm not saying you have to cut and paste it. You could. I'm not saying you have to cut and paste it, but you may want to put your voice on it. But it's pretty cool, right? So it says, on Monday, here's what you can do. Caption, start your week with a fresh perspective on real estate. Thinking of selling your home. Let's chat about market trends, pricing strategies, how to make your property stand out. And it tells you what image to go find. Find an appealing image of a well-staged home with a for sale sign. Go find a stock image if you don't have something like that. Maybe you like this idea, but you want to turn that into a video. So instead of saying, let's chat about market trends, maybe you do that post, but maybe you also do a video where you talk about market trends, pricing strategies, and how to make your property stand out. That's 3 videos right there, if you ask me. You could do a market trend, a pricing strategy video, and one about how to make your property stand out. Those are also additional posts. So you can look at this and, okay, well, it just wrote you 7 days of posts, but actually it gave you some other things. So maybe that's your post on Monday. Maybe that's your post. By the way, it gave you the days of the week. Day 1 can be today. Doesn't have to be Monday. You don't have to wait, right? Maybe you could post this today. I would also add your hyper-local hashtags to this, right? But maybe you also make a reel. So make a reel about how to make your property stand out. Make a reel about pricing strategies. So you've got an opportunity, and it's not hard to make the reel. It's just do a stock image with some text or some music on it right inside of Reels. You've got an opportunity to work your social media. If you're not on an appointment and you've worked your database, here's another opportunity, right? To start to work your social media and really get some posts down. So when you don't know what to do, use ChatGPT. So it will give you some really, really, really good ideas on what to work and what to do for your business. And when it's done for me and I just have to edit a little bit, it makes my life so much easier. I don't always cut and paste what's here, but what I do like to do, I'm going to stop the share now. What I do like to do is take it, use it as ideas, and then put it through my filter and put my voice into it a little bit, which isn't really hard to do. Just change. There's some words that it might type up that I wouldn't use, right? So I'll just change it to my voice, or I'll take their idea and make a video. That's definitely my image and my voice, and get that out there that way. So you're returning to your daily activity of reaching out to people to make contact with those that want to buy and sell real estate. Every single day that you work is really, really important. And you can do that through your CRM and your database, but you can also do that through your social media time. So getting your posts scheduled. One thing I like to do is use the scheduling in Facebook specifically. And there are scheduling tools as well that you can use for Instagram and others. And just take a couple of hours, book my posts, get them scheduled on the days and times I want them to go out. I am done. So I might do a session like we just did with ChatGPT, where I create some posts, and then, Kim's making a comment. She says, republish the same post in different formats too. So yeah. You can take those ideas and then publish them in different places in different formats: video, reels, actual posts, text posts. You could do a live where you answer questions. You could say to people, hey, I'm going to be live on Wednesday at 6 p.m., right? In a couple of days in advance, or I'm going to be live Friday at 2 p.m. So come with your questions, but you have questions prepared as well. Hey, here are the questions that people ask me about buying, about selling, whatever you're going to talk about. see who you get. If you go live on a regular basis, you will find that you start to have followers that come to your lives and watch your lives. But even if they don't, it stays on your page, so it's evergreen content. So it's there if someone knows you were live and wants to go back and watch it, ask you a question later, then they can do that at that time. This is time too every day to be planning. What open houses am I going to do this week? If that's something that you do, right? What open houses am I going to do this week? Where am I going to go? What businesses can I go in and highlight? That's a great way. I have one I'm doing tomorrow on a local business. I'm going to go and do just a little local spotlight on them. We're going to put some clips together about their business. They just had a big transition in their business. So I said, oh, let me come and talk about it. And I'm going to be able to post that for them complimentary and then tag them. So now, my people are going to see them, but their people are going to see me, right? And all I'm doing is going to highlight their business. But when people click, oh, who's this Amy Izzo that's highlighting their business and goes to look at my page, they're going to see I'm in real estate. So that will definitely generate some business. So daily activity around how do I get my image, my brand out there, and how do I meet more people that want to buy and sell real estate this year, and putting them in the right slots then in your CRM so that okay, this is going to be a first quarter client, a second quarter client, a Q3 client, a Q4 client, etc. It will really help you to build your pipeline. Do not wait. Start doing this today. And if you say, oh, my CRM's a mess, or I'm not even using my CRM, and you're slow, now's the time before we really get into busier season, right? In another 60 days from now, now's the time to go and fix that. Go organize all that data that you have. Just take chunks of it at a time and do it. Especially if your CRM lets you see activity. When I get behind in some of my CRM activities, I'll go in and just focus on who's been on the website last, or who are the newest leads first. I'll focus on them first and really work them. So working that plan, working your social media as well, so that you can really build your pipeline for 2024 now and start to build some of that business now. Don't be afraid to be asking your past clients. Do a call blitz where you ask your past clients for testimonials they never gave you, right? We all have that. We have clients that said they were going to give us a testimonial, life got busy, and they never did it, right? They never got it to Google. So making sure that you reach out to them, check on them. How's the house? How are the holidays? How have things been? Ask them for a testimonial and ask them for referrals. Now is the time to be asking people for referrals. Not that it's not always. I feel like you always need to be asking for referrals, but this is a good time to be connecting with people, see how they're doing. If they work with you in the past years, they're happy with you, they're going to refer you some business. Even if they today say they can't think of anybody, the touch will be good, because now as they're going through their days and weeks and they hear something real estate related, it's going to remind them to connect you. They may love you, but they've been separated from you and haven't talked to you in a while. They're just coming off the holidays. This is a good entry. Get it done now in January. Then you can reach out to them again in 90 days, right? Past clients, every 90 days, be having some kind of a touch, right? And if they bought a house from you, make sure that they're all getting home valuation reports. Go check your website and your CRMs and see if it has a home valuation tool that will push out automatically if you set a person up as a seller with their address to receive it. If not, go buy a little tool called HomeBot, HOMEBOT. It's $25 a month. Cheapest investment you'll ever make. And it will reach out to sellers for you directly. You load in all your past clients. So everybody that ever bought a house from me, anybody that ever told me they bought with somebody else when I called them, they all go in my HomeBot, right? Or my home valuation tool on my website. So once a month, they get an updated home value from me. It happens automatically. So all your past clients should be getting a monthly home valuation from you. Are they getting a market update from you once a month? So HomeBot can generate the home valuation automatically. Once you set it, you can forget it. Unless they unsubscribe, it'll do it forever. Many of your CRMs have the same thing. You just need to find out how it works, right? Then they should be getting a market update from you once a month, which if you're doing a market update, do a little market update video for your socials, and then that could easily go into your CRM to go out to your whole database. While I'm talking about past clients, could go out to your whole database once a month. Even a lead that hasn't engaged with you, if they haven't unsubscribed from what they're receiving from you, drip campaigns, etc., no reason why they wouldn't like to receive a video of you about talking about the market, right? Think about information you can push out, not only on your social media, but through your CRM that would be helpful to groups of people. What do first-time home buyers need to know? What do move-up buyers need to know? What are they afraid of? They're afraid of the interest rate, right? What do buyers, sellers need to know about the fact that everybody's talking about the interest rates went down a little, woohoo, we're all talking about it, which is exciting. Don't get me wrong, but we're hyping it up so much on social media. But what does that mean? That means we're already starting to see multiple offers in some parts of the country. That means as we get busier, that's going to continue if rates stay a little bit lower. Does that mean we're going to wake up to a 4% interest rate tomorrow? Maybe not. And there's probably people hoping, they're waiting. I'm going to wait a few more months for the 4% or the 5% to come. Hell, I hope a 5% maybe comes, right? But it may not. We just may be 6-ish, right? Who needs to know that information? Can you record some short videos on those little tiny topics and not only put them on your socials, but same video, so it's one level of effort, get it out to your database. If you know who your buyers are and you have them, you have these leads flagged as buyers. How do I know who my buyers are? Anybody that did a home search is a buyer. They might be a seller too, but I don't know till they tell me they own a house. So they're a buyer because they came in searching for a home. So they're tagged in my database as a buyer. They should get all my buyer videos. Anybody I know came in as a seller because they gave me a property address. Okay, they own a house. I can assume that should get my seller videos. How to get your home ready. Yes, what to do with the equity in your home, right? Yes, if you need to buy a home right now, you're going to lose your 2%, 3% interest rate. Yes, your interest rates are going to be 6%, right? But here's how we navigate those waters if you really need to move, right? If you don't need to move, don't. It's okay to tell sellers not to move. If you don't need to move, don't. People move based on their lifestyle, right? Or an emotional need or want. So people that don't need to move for lifestyle reasons, relocation, having a baby, empty nesters, things like that, they move because they just want. It's an emotional need. It's a want. They want the bigger house. They want the smaller house. They want the townhome. They want the condo, right? They want something. They want the bigger kitchen. They want the pool, right? That's why they move. So help them understand and navigate that. Why should we not be waiting? What's going to happen? Those of us have been waiting for the 4% interest rate and wait another year. What is that? What are those realities? The realities of I'm going to pay more and the rates could be exactly what it is today. Or the rate I want may never come and I'm going to pay way more, right? Those are the kinds of prospecting activities I want you to do each day. Do you do them all every day? No, with the exception of your CRM. You should work in your CRM every day, right? With the exception of your CRM, you don't have to work socials every single day, but you need to plan content to go out every single day, if that makes sense. Because you are going to be on appointments and you are going to be doing other things in your business. But just making sure that we have enough activity. We're trying to reach one person that needs to do business with us every single day, that needs to buy or sell a real estate every single day. The one metric I'll give you that the teams all over the country are throwing around is 35 2-minute conversations a week is what it's really necessary right now to be able to build a pipeline of predictable income, a pipeline of closings every single month, right? Hopefully every single week. So to build 2 to 4 a month, we need 35 2-minute conversations a week. It's a big metric that teams are talking about nationally. So if that helps you, come up with a goal though of, when I first started, my goal was I just want to talk to one person a day. If I can get one person every single day that I work 6 days a week, I take one day off. If I can get one person every single day that needs to buy or sell real estate, that wants to do business with me, that was a successful day for me. Since my goals have changed, right? But come up with what works for you and then build in that activity every single day that you work. You should take a day off. But if this is full time for you, this is a 6-day-a-week job. One day should be your piece, your day off, right? If it's a part-time job, then you have to identify what part-time means and what those number of days are that you work. If you're working 3 or 4 days, great. But then let's make sure in those 3 or 4 days, we have all of the prospecting and conversion activities. And we're planning and we're getting out some of that evergreen content. Once I record a video or I make a post and I put it out there, it's out there forever. So that evergreen content that'll help attract people to come into your world, click on your website, come into your website so they are in your CRM. And they can get into your call rotation. I want somebody to see me on their socials, have a link there that they click out of curiosity that leads them to my website. Then they do a little shopping and they come in, or they ask for home valuation and they come into my website so that they end up on one of my call routings, right? Because they come in, the first time they come in, they're going to be a hot new lead because they just came in, right? And they're going to end up on my hot lead list. And then from there, I'm going to determine based on how long they stay in the database or what their activity is with me or responsiveness is with me, what other stages they go to and kind of what their life cycle is inside of my world. So I want to be working who's already there and then putting out content to attract the new people into the world. Does that make sense? That's my time, guys. I hope you have a really, really great day. You got some value out of this one. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.